Okay, so a couple things happened. I didn't catch up. So what you're looking at here is this is the Dakota frame. It's off the rotisserie, as you see here. Okay, it's not on. I sent it down to Toledo and had the whole thing sandblasted. So now it's rust-free, grease-free. And I had to rush it back here before the dampness of the air got to it. So tomorrow I'll start priming this up. What I'm going to do is, it's called a converter. You've seen me use it before. Rust converter. Okay, so this is going to seal this so it no longer will get air to the pores and no longer rust. So right now she's just being suspended by the chain fall, and I'll flip this up like that. I'll flip it up tomorrow, but this is the start. So now with this, I convert it, I prime it, I weld it, and I start building. So all this shit here gets to go into one big pile again. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll start the rest of this tomorrow. So it's Saturday, and this is what I've started doing. Got the frame suspended up in the air, and it's completely sandblasted, of course. So now I'm putting the rust converter on it, and you see my other videos what it does, but it goes on like milk, turns purple, and then when it's finished, it turns black. But that's what we get to do today, is get as much of this frame as I can done in this position, and when it dries I'll flip it over and do the other side of it. So here we are in progression. I'm doing rust converter on the frame. Okay, so it's had several hours of drying. So if you see, that purple's turned down to a flat black, and that's what she looks like. Now there's places that I haven't gotten, so I gotta flip it upside down. It's gonna look like that right there. See that? Places I missed. So I'm gonna turn her upside down. But yeah, just take your time, get in here. That'll sand out. This is half of it. Everything that I could see from a sitting position and standing, this is half of it. When I flip it upside down, there's gonna be a whole bunch of holidays that I gotta pick up. But this has got the converter on it. Okay, it's still drying, so it still has a purple tint to it. But it'll flatten out. So tomorrow, I'll flip this thing upside down and put the last coat on there, and then should be converted. Okay. Okay, so like I said in the other video here, this is flipped upside down. These are the areas that I couldn't get because it was upside down. So that's just what I'm doing here. So this is your bare metal. It's all sandblasted. The rust you see here is just minute, but that's what this stuff takes care of. It encapsulates it so it doesn't receive any more air. It doesn't turn it back into metal. Not gonna happen. But it just encapsulates it so it doesn't receive any more air. This is all the suspension. This is where the engine sits, right in here. This is your suspension. One tire sits here. One tire sits right here. This is where your springs, shocks, steering. I have all that ripped out of here. They're down to the basic frame, nothing more. All this is getting replaced. And just soak it and saturate it. And then it dries like that. Okay. A little sudsy. Kind of strange, but it's fine. A nice primer over that and scuff. But since this metal is so coarse, see how coarse that is? I mean, that was pretty strong aggregate that was in the sandblaster. So it gets right down to the pores and stuff and knocks the hell out of that rust. And so I apply this. I put a coat on it, a nice wet. I got another gallon of it, so I'm not afraid of using it. But I put it on there, and I just scrub it right into the metal, every pore. I'm not in a hurry, because I'm not in a hurry to have rust on me. And see how it goes on white, then it starts to turn purple. This is all just fresh. Okay. Then after it dries, I just do a walk through and I just make sure. Some places that their foam is there, it just shows me a little, I can still see bare metal through it. So it doesn't hurt to do a little more dab on it, put another coat there. If you can afford to do it right the first time. See, so when I get down to these areas here, I just let it run. I just pour it, let it just run down there, and just what it gets, what it gets. It's all spray primer down there anyway, so whatever this doesn't cover, primer did it. But before that rust starts to cause an issue with me, I'll probably be dead. All right, so here we go. See, on this spot there, a little more dab, get it nice and wet. Put it on there. Ice cream in fine. Huh. We have ice cream trucks at Crowley Cruise. Why? They go so fast that the kids don't have time to run in and get their nickels and dimes or their credit cards today. You never see anybody stop and say, hey, wait, I want ice cream. That shit's like too expensive now anyway. Sure, it's sudsy here. Put some suds over here. And that's just applying it. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with applying this, but I'm just showing you. It's just how it goes on. Rubber. Stay. This is the motor or the body mount off of that frame there that came off of that truck right there. So kind of strange, but there's the truck, there's a frame, and I got parts off of that welded onto this. That was all part of this conversion. The other body mount used to be like right in here, bolted here. Yeah, it was bolted here, but it was way too low. So I had to cut that one off, grind it. That's part of my cut seam there. And get this one put on here. It's covered in video on the other one. So anyway, I'm gonna come back over here. Now you can see this one is done. It turns black. You can see it. I still gotta do that part in there yet. But that's finished. See how it's purple? There she goes. This looks like it came out of a dishwashing machine. There's a little sudsy on this one. Wonder why. Still works. And then I got all of that to go. All of this to go. And then all of that down there. Okay, moving along. Okay, so this recording is going to have two purposes. One is going to go into my regular documentary, and the other one is for the Dakota site. So this is a 2004 Dodge Dakota frame, and the Dakotas are well known to have some rusted areas here. This is a split frame. Okay, so this area right here, I had this sandblasted. This exposed this. It wasn't there when I first sent it out. But anyway, this whole area, let's back up a little bit. Let me back up the window. Back it up like that. Yeah. Okay, so this whole area right here on your Dodge, this rust out. This is where, come on, let's put this here. Okay, so, all right. So the front of the leaf spring bolts on here. Back here, these two pieces, this is doubled all the way to here. This is 2 layers. This piece here comes all the way into here. And let me show you. Here's the underside. As you see, there's the leaf spring in the front, and it continues on. So between the 2 layers, that's where it collects the water and the mud, and it doesn't let go. There's no drainage or anything like that. So it rusts out. I've seen them that they're all gone, and there's other guys that will show you that they weld them up. That's what I'm going to do here. All right, so I'm out of breath. Take this out for now. So it's all 15, number 15 head and nut. They're only it's only like 7, 8 on each side. It's not bad. Okay, so that's what I'm doing is I'm forcing this. So both my sides are done or apart. Now I'm trying to get them to separate, and I thought I'd just keep this on video for you guys. But just to let you know that between these two, this is where it's rusting out here. It's real thin, and it rusts and it actually swells up inside. That's what it was doing here. Okay, so both sides got the same thing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to tear this apart, but I thought I want you guys to see. Go check your Dakotas out and look. Here's the front of the leaf spring. This area right here, this is where the rusted area happens. Okay, let me put this back on. So it's gonna be a little noisy. The camera, I got it somewhat in the way. Let's move it up a little bit for you. Let's just do the whole thing, yeah, like that. All right, so I want you guys to see what it looks like same time I do. Oh boy, there's my gloves. Put them over here. Wear gloves around this stuff because if flaky rust will cut right into you. Especially if you're working underneath, it's going to drop in your eyes. Alright, so I don't want to bend the frame up. You can just kind of hear it go crunch. Yeah. Yeah. Like it melted itself together. So when you separate both pieces like this cross member here, okay, it holds your tank up. And so if you're going to be doing this, you're going to drop your tank off. But there's 4 bolts. These 2 and these 2 hold this cross member, and also bolt these. So it does. All it does is it's just going to ride. Yeah, right. Stay. We'll just try to separate them. That's all it is. Bending anymore. Stay. It's just so coming out of here. It's just packed. That's what happens, it just rusts in there and it swells up. If your frame can't take this, you change it. So I got too much invested into too much invested into this Yeah, it sucks. Not for me. The frame is on a chain fall. Chain falls on an I-beam. I-beam holds the second floor up. Second floor is bedrooms. And the kids up there trying to watch television and do their homework. Aha, you're loose. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Alright. So. Yay. Yay. I can do this. I can do this. I ain't said nothing yet, so. So. Okay, so this is loose enough that it'll slide. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. What I've got to do is after I loosen this bottom one, I'm going to have to grab the ass end. I got to pull it straight back. Let's get down here. Loosen this side. Let me check my camera. Okay, drop you down. You can watch the fat man on the floor beat on his truck. World. See how that right there came out of the top on one side, minus the nuts and bolts. Look at that. This. Okay. Just okay, so this is going to conclude this video as far as taking it apart. It says I was explaining, so I got the two halves apart. Okay, it's over here. I'll go there in a second. All right, so let's see what we can do as far as, let's zoom out for you. Okay, so I covered this area before, and this area here. Okay, you can probably see better. All right, this area showed up after the sandblasting. This is like as thin as a pop can. Okay, so this whole area has to get cut out, and I have to weld new stuff in. Here's another. That's another soft spot that'll end up getting cut out. The rest of this seems to be. This is where the leaf spring bolts up. So this is okay, but it's just after the leaf spring. That's where it holds. Because right here, all the mud and the water comes from this tire, comes in underneath this crack between this frame and here and there, and it just sits. It just sits right in here and goes nowhere. So it's just going to rot your metal. Okay. So on this side here, oh, where's my bar? Okay. So again, leaf spring is going to sit right in here. Okay, so this is some of that metal. Let me come down to you. Oh my God, So you see how it's caked up there? Alright, and then here's a soft spot right there. That you probably just punch right through. Okay, but right there, that's a pinhole. So this is a whole soft spot, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut all this out right inside this. I want to save this structure here and the bend, and I will just want to weld in my new piece here, and then cut or drill new holes for the bolting. This is the outside frame. Actually, this is the front half of the frame. Okay, so let's go to the back and show you what I'm talking about. All right. So, alright, so this part sits over the wheel, and this is the leaf spring. So the back tire is right here. Okay, that's where that soft spot on that side, that's where that rusts out. So that's all gone. So I have to cut this part out here and put new metal in here, and then this is the inside, and right there is the same as this. It's right there, and I could probably punch right through that. So this is soft. So this whole area right here, I got to replace as well, because it's going to look like that once I start grinding it away. So for those of you Dakota people, just behind the front of the leaf spring, look in that area where the frame starts to curl up over the wheel. Look in this area, because that's very well known for rusting away. Okay? Like I say, 15 millimeter, bolts them together. And how I got them, since this is like 1.5 feet here that they're overlapped, I had to convince it with a 4-ton ram. Okay, you can get these at off eBay. Amazon's got them. This is a velour. Okay, Vivor. That's all it is. 4-ton. Nothing more. It does exactly what you want it to do. But I had to put it between this front cross member and the back. It spread it apart slowly, and you just got to keep shaking the back half. Like I said, I got the whole front end still secured. So there's that. That's the end of this thing. I just wanted to show you about that. Okay. Okay, Sunday night, and if you see I cut that much cancer out of it, welded a new patch in. Same thing over here, cut that section out, welded a new patch in. What you see here is the converter. I just painted the converter on there. So that's all cleaned up, that's done. And then for the outside of the frame here, welded a patch on there. The rest of it's in good shape. And I got a patch on that one there. So all 4 of these ends are done now. So tomorrow night I'll prime them, and we'll put some paint on there on the inside, so they're totally protected, and then I'll go ahead and reassemble the frame. So like I say, whole frame is in 2. I'm all packed up for the night. That's why it looks cluttered. So tomorrow it's primer. Okay, so Monday night, and I prime the ends inside and out. So there's your layer of primer, and tomorrow night I'll put a coat of paint on them. So there they are. All right, so it's Thursday night, and this is what I've got. So both ends of the frame are done. They've been converted. They got primer, 2 coats of paint. So between the two-part pieces of steel, you're going to have 10 coats of paint there. So I got a lot of protection between it, so that rust should not be a problem anymore. So now what tonight I'm going to do is I'm going to remate this section back to this one, make the frame whole. So it's my first attempt. We're going to videotape this here. I'll slide this over here. I'm going to put this on a stationary camera, so we'll just happen to see how this turns out. Okay, my first attempt. It's probably going to be my only attempt too. Let's get that so you guys can see everything. All right. I'm kind of excited. I've been waiting for this to happen. Alrighty. So I got this section of frame on a come along, or a chain fall. So it's my up and down. The front end is on wheels, so I can pivot it back and forth. This section back here, I got a chain holding each ear up, each rail up. But then I got to come along here. And this is holding, this is going to be my up and down for the back of the frame. And then what else do I want to do? One more thing. What the heck was that? Okay. This is the cross member that holds the back of the gas tank up. And also mounts the bed. This has to be on the inside of the rail first, like so. Okay. Now, let's see. Back. Over. Okay. I gotta go down. So let's do down. Okay. Let's take this down. Okay, that is a good thing. I'll swing this around here. From you over here. Okay, this is going to conclude the frame video. I got it back together. It's bolted, as you can see. Okay, so that's what she's looking like. Here's my patch. Inside there. So it's all cleaned up. I had to do some pushing and pulling with my 4-ton Ram and come along, but I win. She's all together, so now I'm going to put it on stands and put the whole frame in primer. That's my next move. Okay, so I'll conclude this video. So we continue our saga. The frame is now on the rotisserie. There's the front end. I've got a plastic on the floor. And there's the back end. She's up a little higher, and she can actually, it's on her own, so I can move it around if I wanted to, but it's locked in place. So it is timer for primer. See how I did that? Okay, so anyway, currently what you're looking at is the converter, which is it's going to stop the rust, and then I prime on top of this. So off I go. Okay, so I wrap up my Labor Day weekend. I had 3 days to tinker with my frame. So this is where I'm at now. Currently what you're looking at is the frame is upside down. As you can see, the leaf springs kind of give it away. I spent the last couple days priming it on both sides. I had some welding I had to do, so I did all my welding today. So that's all done. So that's what she's looking like just in primer. And then I'm going to finish this off here. Let's roll up here and show you. See, like, this is a hard to find piece. I think it's either junkyard or I gotta find some parts cars. This is a bumper, rubber. It sticks up about this high, but it's all gone. So I need to replace these. Let's come back and give you a little wide shot here. Coming in to do, I need to get a bumper for this here. There's another one that sits here. I need a rubber cap for this. Then I got to start my next project after the paint's done is the uppers. And then I've chose to do Massey Ferguson red. So this is what the frame is going to look like. This is one coat. It's still tacky here. But this is one coat. The whole frame is going to be just like this. Okay, I'm kind of give you an upshot. Okay. This is a cross member. It goes under the transmission. So I just painted this. Just as it's got one full coat on it. Yeah, a tack coat and a full coat. I just want to see what it's going to look like, because when you get the cans, the lids and the markers don't say exactly what it is. They don't match, so I wanted to see the choice that I made. So there it is. All right, so now I got to go get me some more paint and start painting her up. So I'll talk to you later. Okay, so after the primer is dry, next night, this is cutting in. That's all I was doing, is I'm just shooting there, or shooting paint in all the holes and stuff where a brush won't reach. Shot it in the holes deep in there, so when you look in, you don't see the greasy black hole. That's all I did tonight, was just cut in. That's just one coat, and then I'll do a second coat of cut in tomorrow night, and then I'm ready to apply the full coat. Okay, bye. Okay, just want to throw this in real quick. It's a Saturday night. It's all sanded, the bottom part of it, all of it is. When I got the paint, I had to change brands. So it's Maggie Ferguson red still. Oops, right there. Maggie Ferguson red still, but that's the brand. And they say this is a popular brand anyway, so we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow, all this is going to be red. Marketplace, we bought some, we had a really good deal here. I got my upper control arms. These things, they sit right there. They're going to be red. Okay, so to answer your question about putting the time and effort into polishing your aluminum, okay, this is just the front differential, and it used to look like that scrungy aluminum on that transmission there. It used to look like that, but with a brass wire brush and then some sanding and polishing, you can make it to where you can actually see and make a mirrored finish. Okay. Now I probably could have went a little bit further on this, but I figured, what the hell. Start out, just sand it all, start at your 180, okay, and just sand all down smooth. Get all your imperfections out of there. Take it from 180, then I went to 320, then I went to 400, jump up to 800. This is in your polishing range. 800 is getting rid of these scratches here. Then after you go over it with 800, jump in with 15. You don't have to go to the 3000. 1500 and use this wet, and that will give you this mirrored image right there. Oops. It'll give you that mirrored image right there. Okay. So put some time into it. Yeah, it'll look like that when you're done. Here's a trance. You can make it look like this. No, it doesn't add power, but just kind of makes you proud when you pop the hood and say, look, I've spent a little bit of time on this. That's all. What I'm going to do with this one here, this is not for heat. You can get this for heat, but this is clear coat. I'm going to spray this on here so it'll preserve all this shine. Good evening. Okay, so what we have here is a rack and pinion steering. This end goes to the passenger, I'm sorry, the driver's side wheel. This one goes to the passenger side, and this your steering wheel attaches here. And when this spins, those rotate, those plunge in and out. Okay, this is totally shot. As you see, it's bleeding on its own. So I'm gonna flip this up. But yeah, she's bleeding on her own. All right, so I don't want this ugly piece of crap on the truck. So, we have a gift. Not really a gift, but a new package. So we're gonna set this down right here. We're gonna pop that box open, and we're gonna take a look, see what we got. So I called one auto parts dealer, local, and for brand new rack and pinion for this truck was $600 plus some change. Oh my God, where's that? Why don't you look it up? Come on. There we go. How do they want that? Flip it like that. It's balancing actually, it's on my frame. Okay. I know how they make this now. I watched it. Okay. These. This is shipping. I have to send the one that's bleeding. I have to send that back. So we'll just do that here. Here's my return shipping label. Okay. I see what they want. They want me to flip the box. Oh, they stuck it to the inside of the box, and I gotta flip the box over and send it back in the same box. That's funny. Okay, I can do that. That's funny. Yeah, they want the old one back. Tie rod ends. These go on to these rods here. This goes onto the back plate. Okay, so I got 2 tie rod ends. Here's the other one. And let's see how that's open up. Hey, don't move. Ah, they tied the knot here. That's funny. Okay, I could do that. Oh. So these are reconditioned. They're not brand new, but it's a lifetime guarantee. So there you go. I just got to take my steering bar off of that. You know what? That's a lie. I have a brand new one sitting right over there. I bought on Marketplace. So all of that is basically junk to me. It's all gone. Got new boots. Okay. So this is ready to mount on. Not right now. I gotta finish painting the frame. Anyway, just wanted to show you. We got us a new rack and pinion. Let me pop this off and give you a quick tour. Okay, those tie rod ends go on the end here. Boots. Steering column goes to here. The tie rod ends this. There's your ends. Okay. This is all cool. So all of this, the rack and pinion, two ends, $210. That's a good price. Got this off of Amazon. No, I'm sorry, eBay Motors. That's got a lifetime guarantee, so if it ever breaks down, we just send it right back. So there you go. I just wanted to give you a quick tour of rack and pinion steering that's going on here. Bye. Okay, so here's the front knuckles. The front hubs go in here. So spent the whole weekend scaling, wire brushing, and then sandblasting. But I got all the gross rust off of it. Now I'm getting ready to break into my second jug of rust converter. And then we'll get these all done, ready to go. Okay, I know I've missed a lot of recordings. A lot of things happened since the last one, so I just want to start getting some of this on video. So what you're getting ready to see here is the front differential going back in, and I'm going to bolt it back up. You'll see the black part, the black rack and pinion steering, that's already bolted down and it's torqued in, so it's done. And the new ball joints are in, and the knuckles are sandblasted, repainted, so those are done. I'm going to reuse the same spindles, they're over there. I got to just wipe them down and clean them up. But right now I'm putting in the differential, front differential. I'm going to bolt it in so I can get the CV joints going. This is me walking around here. Alright. So as you see, I got the blue jeans and stuff that's just on there to protect the paint so it doesn't get all scratched up. Maybe I can speed this up on the video. I wanted to get this up in the air before. That's alright. If you haven't seen it on the Facebook, I posted before, but this differential, I took a rotary wire brush to it, knocked all the corrosion off of it. Then I sanded it down with 80 grit, and then 320, and 400, and then jumped to 800, and then it's got 3 coats of clear coat on it. It's an epoxy clear coat, so it's meant to handle some durable temperatures. But it is mirror reflective. I can actually see myself in it. Just like that. full head, aren't I? All right, coming in. All right. Okay. Out. Yep, right there. So I'm going to start coming down. I'm not in a hurry. Your side. All right. We sit. This is on the outside. This is on the inside. Okay. Yes. You are there. You have to be there. Yeah. That makes sense. Stay. And that's what she looks like. See if I can give you a quick little tour. Okay, raising you up. Okay, so here's the A-frame. There's the knuckle right there. Okay, absolutely no rust. I scaled them, then I sanded them, then I sandblasted them, and then a converter on there, so they're not going to rust, and they're ready to go back to work. So they're almost like in perfect shape. Got brand new stump pops or stop bumps here, and got new ones in the back. Can't see them now. New uppers. Okay, got to bolt those down, put all this together right here. Both sides. Torsion bars are in. Motor mounts been sandblasted and cleared, so they're going to stay that bright. Come around here. As you see, it's still up on the rotisserie there. I keep it wrapped in plastic when I'm not in here. You gotta start treating this like a jewel. All right, there's another front end. Here's the This is a rack and pinion steering that comes out. I got the new new joints that go in here, and that's about it. Oh, I'll probably do a quickie. I'll spray it up a little bit. So let's see. Okay, so I'll put the tank in there, scrubbed it, and then I got a clear coat on that. Put brand new straps on it, and I got a new tool. I'll show you that too. So anyway, new tool so I can bolt that down. Kind of cool. And after I finish all the suspension here, there's nothing left except put the wheels on. Then I'm going to pull the rear end in and start rebuilding that. So there it is there. That's a quick tour. And I'm just going to sandblast those bolts and bolt her down. That'll be all. Okay, so as I promised before, this is the rotation. I'm done with the bottom side, so now I'm going to flip it over. I've already got that side unlatched. Wish me luck. That's the fun part. Oh, I'll lose a tooth. By the star of the show. Ta-da! There it is. That's what the rotisserie does. Rolls it around. Now I got to get the wheels on, get the axle under it, and then put the front wheels on. So by this weekend, it'll be a rolling chassis. That's all. Alrighty, well as promised, the chassis is now on all four wheels. The rear end is torqued down, front wheels are on. Take a walker out here. It is totally off of the rotisserie, so she has sitting on her own tires again. Long time coming. So she's a rolling chassis, yay. Looky there. I know you guys wanted to see this, so I just want to let you know that every nut, every bolt is brand new all the way through. I'll explain most of it. But anyway, this is one of my goals, was to get this chassis off of the rotisserie on its wheels in December. So what's in the hopper right now is this transmission. This is a 545. and I got to put the filters in it and the pan gasket. I'm replacing the front and rear seals, and I'm going to replace the switch module, and I'm going to leave the rest of it alone. So when this is done, I'll get this all cleaned up. See how I started on this, and then hopefully, I'm thinking I want to get it as clean as my differential is. All right, so I'll chat later.